Yeah. Dean Gordonitis, Unleash This Book Reviews, where I talk to you about books and literary magazines and comic books and short stories and that kind of stuff. And today, I kind of want to have, future tense, a little discussion with you just for fun. Not like a book review type of thing. Just let's hear people's thoughts. Let's have a conversation. Stuff like that. What I want to talk to you today is about the rise of young adult fiction and where it's going and why it's going there. And I just had a few points, and I want to hear what you guys think about those points. And it doesn't really matter what I think, right? Not too much anyway. Just enough to get the conversation going. I want to know why it seems that this, where you think this young adult genre came from and why it's grown so fast in recent years. Secondly, I'm curious why it seems to be heavily based in female readers, specifically like high schoolers and it's surprisingly college kids too, and even older, mothers reading this kind of stuff too, and why it seems to have left males behind for the most part. Why is this genre so female-based? Especially when the books themselves don't generally seem, at least the biggest best-selling ones, seem to be too wrapped up in what would normally be considered stereotypical female-based stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is Twilight is somewhat understandable because it's a love story relationship. Guys don't really like kissing and stuff. So okay, put that aside. But Hunger Games, for example, or this new series that I see a lot of girls reading, this Divergent and Insurgent series. These big name books that seem to deal with a lot of crime and violence and dystopian end of the world stuff. It seems to be generally more male-oriented topics, like Fahrenheit 451 in 1984. Guys really like that stuff, it seems, a lot. But this YA stuff, they're really not digging into. And I'm curious why it's a female-based thing there. I also want to know why Harry Potter wasn't considered young adult. Was that my belief is that young adult as a genre hadn't really coalesced yet, and it was about right near the end of the Harry Potter series. It seems to be when young adult really took off, and I'm curious if the first Harry Potter book were to be written and released today, would it be considered young adult? Because it's a coming of age story, certainly. I know a lot of people want to say it's a little more child oriented, but I don't see that. I think this is a very young adult coming of age type series, and I wonder if it was released today, would it be pegged YA or would it not? And also, what would that do to its audience base if it was? Would kids be less likely to read it? Would guys have been less likely to read it? Would it have been as big of a series as it was? And lastly, where would that have put J.K. Rowling as an author and her future works? Do you think young adult authors are kind of looked at with a different eye, with a different sense of integrity? So are they looked at as different than, say, literary writers, I guess? Genre fiction writers even. Compare that to. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Hit me up, comments below. I'm interested and I want to know. Also, lastly, would you guys be interested in me checking out something like Insurgent or Divergent or Hunger Games? Is that cheapening myself to a larger audience to try and get more views? Is that something that you guys would really be interested in? Is that something that's worth my time? I'm honestly wondering that too. Let me know. Alright guys, new book reviews coming too, or short stories, stuff like that. Subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on Twitter below if you're into that thing, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.